Okay, if you're following along, we're on Lesson 2, Deed Restrictions, Types, and Enforcement. We just finished Private Land Use Controls, HOA Restrictions, and we're moving on. This is a very short unit. It's only 2 lessons. How deed restrictions are enforced. The attached resource, Private Land Use Controls, and HOA Restrictions outline the land use controls. We also provided an at-a-glance chart. Okay, let's look over here and see if we can see this. Let's see if it's a chart. Okay. All right, it's just a little picture. Basically nothing. Okay, subdivision deed restrictions. Okay, we're just going to close that up because that doesn't make it, that's not helpful at all, really, not to me anyway. All right, and we did that other resource in the last video, so if you need to review, go back and look at that video. Private land use controls. It's only about seven minutes, not very long. You can handle it, 7 minutes. All right, let's look at enforcement here because we got some enforcement questions. All right, so this is the resource if you want to take a screenshot, or you can email me and I can send it to you if you need it, if it helps you. I'm not sure. All right, Jerry was absorbing everything. Sal told him. He posed a question that he'd been turning over in his mind. What is enforcement? A restriction, a covenant, condition, whatever is all well and good, but how is it enforced? Good question, Sal replied. In the case of a condition, that means the ownership is conditional. If the property owner violates the condition, the property can revert to the owner, the grantor. Property owners can enforce covenants through the court system. In fact, they need to be consistent in their enforcement, or they could lose the covenant through latches. Say what? The Doctrine of Latches basically says if you don't use it, you can lose it. So property owners who are lax in protecting their rights can lose their rights. The courts won't restrict violators and the covenant terminates. Can a property owner include a restriction that's discriminatory, for instance? Well, no, even if they could be placed on a deed, they couldn't be enforced. There are plenty of examples of discriminatory deed restrictions from the early days in our country that are no longer enforceable. Removing a deed restriction is a cumbersome prospect at best, and they often remain on the deed but aren't followed or enforced. So ensuring compliance with zoning and public safety and preserving real property value, I'm guessing that would apply to a deed restriction. Limit the use of the appearance of a given property. Do you think a deed restriction limits the use of appearance? Does a deed restriction limit the use or appearance of a given property? I'm going to say no, but a HOA probably would. Must be placed by the property owner within a year of purchasing the property. I don't know about that. May run with the land forever and will appear on all future deeds or have a time limit. Can be placed on an individual property, entire subdivision, or a neighborhood. Maybe. I don't know about that either. And that's true. Okay. Okay, so limit the use or appearance of a given property. It does apply. Ensuring compliance with zoning and public safety. And preserving real property value doesn't apply. May run with the land forever, yes. Can be placed on individual property, yes. All right, let's try this again. I don't know if I remember everything here. I can't remember if this was apply or not. I don't remember that one. Let's check it. Oh, I got it right. Good. Okay. All right, let's look at this one more time and then I'll leave it alone. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. All right, ensures compliance with zoning and public safety. It doesn't apply. The deed does not apply here. The deed does limit the use or appearance of a given property, which is surprising to me. It may run with the land forever, and it may appear on all future deeds, and it may have a time limit. And you do not have to do this within a year of purchasing the property. And it can be put on a subdivision or neighborhood. Okay, more of these questions. Agreements between two or more parties. I don't know. We'll put covenants maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Limits the use of appearance. Maybe that's deed. Contingencies under property might be won or lost if the condition is violated. That might be covenant. Let's see if we got this right. Well, we got them all right. Wow. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. All right. Contingencies under which a property might be won or lost if the condition is violated. Conditions. Agreements between two or more parties. Is covenants. Limit to the appearance of a given property is deed restrictions. All right, we have some more examples of CCRs. Let's go and open this up because I have no idea. All right, CCRs. We talked about this in the last video, but we'll go back and look at it again. CCR restrictions may include items like the fence height, the style, the RVs, building style, property setbacks, and more. Examples of CCR. Property size and setbacks. No boats or RVs in the driveway. These are covenants and restrictions in a neighborhood or subdivision that could apply. You may not have to pay for these CCRs, but they might be part of an HOA, which you are paying every month. Okay, so architectural design, fence height, exterior. I would think exterior color would be architectural design too. Let's see what we got. All right, there are 5, so we have to do it again. Okay. This one, this one, this one, this one. All right. Let's try it. Okay, so that's all the examples. They can decide whether you have a certain color on the exterior of your home. All right, is this a condition or a covenant? The property title can revert to the owner or the grantor if the property owner violates any stated contingencies. Property owners can enforce this agreement through the court system. I don't know. I wonder if this is on here. Let's see. It doesn't really talk about it. This is not a great resource here. Let's look at this one. Nope, I don't know either. Okay, Doctrine of Latches. If you don't use it, you lose it. Is that a covenant or condition? I'm guessing it's a covenant. Okay, well, we got that right. So all of these are covenants except for the first one. First one is conditions. Okay, let's do it again. Violate stated condition, any stated contingencies is a condition. The rest of these are covenants. Doctrine of Latches is a covenant. So if that question comes up on your test, then you know. All right, so we're going to continue with the unit exam next, and it's going to cover, it's not going to be very long, I wouldn't think. Yeah, it's very, very short, so it'll be a quick video. It's 4 questions, and it's probably all about the things we just talked about. So come back and test your knowledge and see how you're doing, okay? these little tests will help you on your actual real estate exam. So be sure and come back. You can afford 5 minutes. All right, I'll see you on the next video.